SUVs are supposed to be some of the hottest selling cars on the market, but not these ones. Dealers are absolutely desperate to get rid of them. Prices are dropping, incentives are skyrocketing, and some dealerships are practically begging buyers to take them off their hands. But why? What went so wrong with these SUVs that no one wants them anymore? Maybe it's bad reliability, outdated tech, or a price tag that just doesn't make sense. Or maybe they've been completely overshadowed by newer, better competitors. Whatever the reason, these SUVs are stuck on the lot. And today, we're uncovering exactly why. So if you're thinking about buying a new SUV, or just love seeing a good automotive disaster, stick around because you won't believe what's on this list. Volkswagen Atlas. Big problems for a big SUV. The Volkswagen Atlas was supposed to be a game changer in the mid-size SUV market. On paper, it had everything: a spacious interior, a bold design, and plenty of family-friendly features. But in reality, dealers are struggling to sell these, and there's a good reason why. One of the biggest issues is reliability. Owners have reported transmission failures, electrical problems, and infotainment system glitches. For a brand that's already had reliability concerns in the past, this only makes things worse. And while the Atlas looks tough on the outside, its underwhelming engine performance and below-average fuel economy make it hard to justify over competitors like the Toyota Highlander or Hyundai Palisade. Then there's the interior quality. While Volkswagen markets itself as a semi-premium brand, the Atlas falls short in materials and craftsmanship. Cheaper plastics, rattling noises, and an overall lack of refinement make it feel less premium than the price suggests. And speaking of price, Volkswagen hasn't been competitive with discounts, making the Atlas a tough sell when you can get a more reliable SUV for the same or even less money. Nissan Murano. A stylish relic that no one wants. The Nissan Murano was once a standout in the mid-size SUV market, thanks to its sleek design, comfortable ride, and smooth V6 engine. But today, dealers can't get rid of them fast enough. Despite its stylish looks, the Murano has been left behind in a rapidly changing SUV market, and buyers just aren't interested anymore. One of the biggest issues is that Nissan hasn't given the Murano a real update in years. While its competitors like the Hyundai Santa Fe and Honda Passport have been refreshed with modern tech and hybrid options, the Murano still relies on an aging platform, an outdated infotainment system, and a design that hasn't changed much since 2015. And while its 3.5-liter V6 engine is smooth, it's paired with Nissan's infamous CVT transmission, which has been known for reliability issues. That alone is enough to scare off a lot of potential buyers. Then there's the price. Nissan is trying to position the Murano as a near-luxury SUV, but the problem is, it doesn't feel premium enough to justify the cost. Chevrolet Blazer, an identity crisis on wheels. The Chevrolet Blazer made a comeback with high expectations. People thought they were getting a rugged, off-road-ready SUV like the classic Blazer of the past. Instead, they got a sporty crossover that doesn't really know what it wants to be. And now, dealers are struggling to move them because buyers are just confused. The first problem? It's not built for off-roading. Unlike the Ford Bronco or Jeep Grand Cherokee, the modern Blazer is strictly a city-friendly crossover. It looks aggressive with sharp lines and bold styling, but underneath it's basically the same as a Chevy Equinox, just at a higher price point. And that brings us to issue number 2. It's overpriced. With starting prices creeping into near-luxury territory, the Blazer competes with more premium brands like Acura, Lexus, and even BMW, but without offering the same level of performance, quality, or tech. Then there's the interior quality. While the Blazer's exterior looks sporty, the inside is a different story. The cabin is filled with cheap plastics, an outdated infotainment system, and a lack of premium touches that buyers expect at this price. Ford Edge. The forgotten Ford. The Ford Edge is one of those SUVs that you probably forgot still exists. And you're not alone. Dealers are having a hard time selling these, and Ford isn't doing much to help. In fact, the Edge is already being phased out, making it even less appealing for buyers. So, what went wrong? The biggest issue is that the Edge is stuck in a weird spot. It's bigger than the Ford Escape but doesn't offer a third row like the Explorer. That makes it less practical for families who need extra seating. And while it does have a powerful, turbocharged engine option, most buyers in this segment care more about fuel economy and hybrid options, which the Edge lacks. With competitors like the Toyota Venza and Hyundai Santa Fe Hybrid offering better efficiency and modern features, the Edge feels outdated and irrelevant. Another problem? Ford is already moving on. The Edge has been discontinued in some markets, and with Ford shifting focus to electric SUVs like the Mustang Mach-E, the Edge isn't a priority anymore. That means less marketing, fewer updates, and a vehicle that feels like it's just waiting to disappear. Even the interior, once considered decent, now feels outdated compared to newer competitors. Jeep Cherokee. Off-road roots, on-road problems. The Jeep Cherokee has a legendary name with deep off-road roots. But in recent years, it has struggled to keep up, and now, dealers are desperate to move them off their lots. Despite its rugged reputation, the Cherokee has failed to attract buyers in today's competitive SUV market. So, what went wrong? First, reliability issues. Jeep has had a history of questionable build quality, and the Cherokee is no exception. Owners have reported transmission failures, electrical issues, and engine problems, making it a risky choice for long-term ownership. While it's great off-road, especially in Trailhawk trim, most buyers want an SUV that performs well on-road, and that's where the Cherokee falls behind. It's neither the most comfortable nor the most fuel-efficient option, which hurts its appeal against smoother, more practical competitors like the Honda CR-V and Toyota RAV4. Then there's the outdated design. While Jeep has made minor updates over the years, the Cherokee's interior tech, cabin materials, and overall styling feel old compared to newer SUVs, and with Jeep focusing more on models like the Grand Cherokee and Wagoneer, the Cherokee has been left in the dust. In fact, Jeep has already discontinued the Cherokee for 2024, meaning dealers are scrambling to sell the remaining inventory before it's gone for good. Honda Passport. A great SUV that no one remembers. The Honda Passport is a solid, well-built SUV with a powerful V6 engine, a spacious interior, and Honda's legendary reliability. On paper, it should be a bestseller, but in reality, nobody's talking about it, and dealers are struggling to sell them. So why is this great SUV being completely overlooked? The biggest issue? It's forgettable. The Passport sits in a strange place between Honda's other SUVs. It's basically a two-row version of the Honda Pilot, but priced similarly to larger three-row competitors like the Toyota Highlander and Hyundai Palisade. Most buyers looking for a mid-size SUV either go for the cheaper CR-V or opt for something with more seating and features. That leaves the Passport feeling like an in-between option that no one really needs. Another problem is the lack of updates. The Passport is built on an older platform and, while still practical, it doesn't offer hybrid options or groundbreaking tech. In today's market, where fuel efficiency and advanced infotainment systems matter, the Passport feels a little behind the times. And with Honda focusing more on the CR-V and Pilot, the Passport isn't getting the attention it needs to compete. Toyota CHR, a subcompact SUV that never took off. The Toyota CHR had bold styling, a well-known brand behind it, and the potential to dominate the subcompact SUV market. But instead, it flopped. Now, Dealers are struggling to sell the last remaining units, and Toyota has already pulled the plug on the CHR in North America. So, why did this quirky little SUV never take off? One major issue: it was underpowered. The CHR came with a 2.0-liter four-cylinder engine that made just 144 horsepower, and with its slow CVT transmission, it felt sluggish on the road. In a world where small SUVs like the Mazda CX-30 and Hyundai Kona offer turbocharged engines or hybrid options, the CHR just couldn't keep up. Then there's the lack of all-wheel drive. In an SUV market where AWD is almost expected, Toyota only offered the CHR with front-wheel drive. That immediately turned away buyers in colder climates who needed better traction for snow and rain. Add to that a tiny cargo area and cramped rear seats, and the CHR ended up being less practical than the Toyota Corolla, which was cheaper and more fuel-efficient. Buick Envision. Luxury that's hard to justify. The Buick Envision was supposed to be a luxury SUV without the luxury price tag. With its sleek design, comfortable ride, and premium badge, it had everything needed to compete with brands like Lexus and Acura. But instead, dealers are struggling to sell them, and the Envision is getting lost in the crowded SUV market. So, what went wrong? The biggest issue? It doesn't feel luxury enough. Buick wants to position the Envision as a premium alternative to mainstream brands like Toyota and Honda. But when you step inside, the materials and tech don't quite justify the price. While competitors like the Acura RDX and Lexus NX offer high-end features and refined interiors, the Envision feels more like a dressed-up Chevy, because in many ways, it is. Then there's the brand perception problem. Buick has long struggled to attract younger buyers, and despite its efforts to modernize, most shoppers still don't see it as a true luxury brand. If you're spending $40,000 or more on an SUV, you're likely going to choose something with a stronger luxury reputation. Mazda CX-9. Outdated and out of time. The Mazda CX-9 was once a standout in the three-row SUV market, praised for its sporty handling, premium interior, and stylish design. But today, dealers are struggling to move them, and Mazda has already replaced it. So, what happened to this once-beloved SUV? The biggest issue? It's outdated. The CX-9 hasn't had a full redesign in years, and while its turbocharged engine provides decent power, it's still not as fuel-efficient or as powerful as newer competitors. SUVs like the Toyota Highlander Hybrid and Kia Telluride offer more power, better gas mileage, and more modern tech, making the CX-9 feel like it's stuck in the past. Then there's the interior space problem. Mazda aimed for a sleek, sporty design, but that came at the cost of a cramped third row and limited cargo space. In a market where families want roomy, practical SUVs, the CX-9's tight interior makes it a tough sell compared to competitors with more space. And now, Mazda has already moved on. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more car content just like this. We've got plenty more deep dives, market updates, and car reviews coming your way. Which SUV on this list surprised you the most? Would you take a chance on one of these, or are they all better left on the dealer lot? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear what you think. And if you want to see more videos like this, check out these other must-watch car breakdowns right here on the screen. Click one now, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.